What's going on, Grand Junction?
Hey everybody, what's going on Grand Junction? Today we are joined with Jamie Hyatt from Circle K Club and Project Linus, and we are just going to check out their organization. How are you doing today, Jamie?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. I'm really glad you're here. It sounds like a really cool project you're working on. Could you tell me a little bit about your organization?
Yeah, so I'm from Circle K Club. I'm the current president, and Circle K is the college version of Kiwanis. Kiwanis is a community service organization. We like to do a lot of stuff with kids in particular. Just really anything that's going to help, better the community, help kids in the community. And yeah, Circle K is just the college version of that.
Okay, cool. How did you get into that organization?
So I saw an advertisement for a meeting and I was like, Circle K, what's that? I've never heard of it. And I showed up and they were working on that semester's Project Linus, and I thought, making blankets for kids in the hospital. Wow, that sounds really cool. And so I stuck around and just loved what the club was doing and thought, I really want to be a part of this.
Yeah, it sounds really cool, and I know a lot of people don't really know about Project Linus, and that's like a Peanuts reference, right?
Yes, it is.
That's a cool name. I think it really gets the point across. So basically what they do is make blankets for children who are ill. Is that only in the hospital, or?
Yeah, so I think that they mostly go to kids in the hospital, just because that's where most sick kids are. But yeah, it's funny because it took me a really long time to get the Peanuts reference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I knew it was like Project Linus. Okay. And then finally I got it. It was like, Linus from Peanuts. It totally makes sense now.
Yeah, it seems like a really, so that's something you kind of don't think about, like they would need in the hospital, but I'm sure there is an element of comfort that comes with that.
Definitely. So yeah, in the hospital, it's extremely sanitary. You know, there's really nothing that you can have that's like comforting. But with these blankets, they're able to have something that, makes them feel cozy and warm and kind of has that at-home feeling. And so I know that it's brought comfort to a lot of kids in the hospital.
And each blanket is like their own blanket,
Yeah.
right? Like they get to have it forever. I'm sure that's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. And they have like all kinds of different designs on them. So, they're really specific. They're not just like a generic blanket that's just a certain color, it's like each blanket is individual, handmade. It's just, really cool.
You can kind of feel the love.
Yep,
stitching.
exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. I know my grandma made me a blanket, like crocheted it, and that one is like one of my favorites. So it's really cool when someone makes something like that for you.
Definitely.
It seems like they would take a really long time now. I know you guys sort of streamline production, and how do you do that?
Yeah, so I know that in Project Linus's, because Project Linus goes on all around the country. So I know in some places they'll do like quilting or things complex like that. But what we do is tie blankets. So most people know tie blankets. It's where you take 2 pieces of fleece and then you cut the ends of it and then you tie them together and it makes one blanket. And so it's actually really pretty fast and a lot of fun. It's really easy. Anyone can do it. It's a great experience.
Yeah, definitely. So do you guys do like one drop per year or per quarter, or how do you kind of do that?
So we do one Project Linus per semester. I know that when we started, I think we only did it once a year. But then it was just so much fun and, people enjoyed it so much, and we thought we could just do this every semester. Why not?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what we decided to do.
And approximately how many blankets do you make every time? Does it kind of depend on your turnout, or?
Well, it depends. We've slowly went up in number. I think we made, I want to say like 40 or 50, at least 40 or 50 blankets last semester. And then I think we had some more on top of that. So yeah, we made quite a lot of blankets.
Yeah, you guys have been working hard.
Yeah.
And so I know you guys do events, and that's how you get the blankets. That's where you do them, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit more about those?
Yeah, so we have one Project Linus event per semester, and the way that works is we, advertise, hey, come make blankets for kids in the hospital. People show up. We usually have some food for them to eat while they're doing it, and yeah, we just lay everything out, and then people come up and show up and make blankets. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. We always have music playing in the background, so people will be like singing and tying blankets.
Like happy little elves.
Yep.
That's really cool. And how do you guys get the material for the blankets?
So we buy the material ourselves. We get it from like Walmart or Joann's. Really, we just look for where the best deal is so that we can make as many blankets as we can.
And how do you guys, I guess people donate from the community money to buy those, or?
We do a lot of fundraising.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we do things that we can, like we'll do Chili's fundraisers or Chipotle fundraisers, things like that. And then Kiwanis Club, the main club, they actually also help out with Project Linus. They help us out with money for food and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We actually have a little video that I'm sure you remember we put together about Project Linus. We're going to go ahead and show that to you now.
Project Linus is basically where we get a bunch of college students together and we make tie blankets for kids in the hospital.
We get a whole bunch of people together and we put 2 fleece blankets together, cut around the edge, tie them up, send them off to the sick kids in the hospital in hopes that we brighten their day a little bit and make the hospital not such a scary place and not so foreign. Last year we actually got to go and deliver a blanket to a girl who was in the hospital, and you could tell she was in so much pain and just did not want to be there, but like for that little second you could see just a little glimmer of like, oh my gosh, this pink blanket is awesome.
It's a wonderful experience. I'm always amazed that so many people show up. It's really exciting to see everybody come in, just get to work, having a good time, listening to the music, talking with friends. It's just a wonderful atmosphere, and it's even more wonderful to know that what's happening right now is making a difference in the lives of sick children here and possibly around the world.
Yeah, that was, it's really cool that you guys do so much around the community. It's like, it's not just Project Linus or Kiwanis, it's both of them together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're always brainstorming, trying to figure out what can we do to, make the community better, help kids, volunteer, how can we put ourselves out there to make the place around us a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. It's really great that we have that around here because I know there's some places that don't. So, and I know that you guys have an event coming up. Is that right?
Yeah. So we're actually also going to do like an Easter egg hunt. So we haven't really worked out all the fine details, but we're gonna do something where we have like college kids come and decorate eggs. And then we're gonna find a way to incorporate that into like an Easter egg hunt for kids, like at a local park or something like that. So that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to working out the details on that.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And you guys have to be working then too, right? You gotta crack the whip a little.
Right, yep. Yeah, and then as far as Project Linus goes, we're gonna be having that not this Friday, but coming Friday, March 2nd. It's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Maverick Pavilion. So anyone's welcome to come and make blankets for kids in the hospital.
That's great, yeah. And it seems like you guys get a lot of support from the college, specifically
Yes.
college students.
Yes, definitely. Most of the people that come are college students, and it's just so exciting to see a room full of college students making blankets for kids in the hospital. It warms your heart. It's just the best thing ever.
Yeah, I bet. And it's not too hard of work, and so no damage at all.
Yeah, exactly. People get to have fun while doing it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. And when did Project Linus start? Do you know?
I don't know exactly when it started. I know that it is, like I said earlier, all over the nation. So Project Linus has what they call chapters. And so the starters of the chapter in Grand Junction are Mike and Carrie Strausser. And they always show up to our event and they talk about their story and how they got started. And their story is that their daughter was actually in the hospital with cancer, and she got a blanket from Project Linus, and that touched their hearts, and they thought, wow, I want to start a chapter here so more kids can experience that. And so they did that, and then we got in contact with them. Circle K got in contact with them, and that's how we got involved with Project Linus. But yeah, Project Linus is a nationwide thing, so I don't know all the details about Project Linus specifically, but
yeah, I definitely wasn't super familiar, but it's great that I know that Kiwanis works with a lot of different organizations like Project Linus and kind of expands throughout charitably like that.
Yep.
But I guess, do you have what's your favorite event that you remember, or with Kiwanis, one of your favorites?
Let's see. I suppose my favorite, actually, I'm a little biased because I was the one who decided to do this. My favorite one was we did an event where we made cards for kids in the hospital. And so everybody came and we had like construction paper and we just decorated cards and said like, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and it was so much fun. And there were some really artistic people in the group and they made some beautiful cards, and it was just a blast. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's interesting because it seems like not a lot when you do it. It's just one card, but to them it could be a change of a day, really turn it around.
Yeah, like I think about it and it's like, if I was in the hospital and I got like this beautifully made hand-drawn card, like I would be so touched. Like someone took the time to make this for me, It's just, wow.
Yeah, definitely. It can really have an effect, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as far as as finding out about these kinds of events, what resources do we have for people?
So we do most of our advertising around campus, on the stall street and through posters. But we also try and, get some stuff out to the community, but usually posters, things like that. We do online events. You can check out our Facebook page. We usually post stuff there.
Okay, cool, awesome. Well, it sounds like a really cool organization, and people should definitely be looking out for it. And this is our episode of What's Going On Grand Junction with Project Linus. And Jamie, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
And we will see you next time.
What's going on, Grand Junction? What's going on, Grand Junction?